They didn't get them. Sorry.
Yay, the London system.
The London system instead. Woohoo! Yeah, we're also being told that he didn't, Rajabov didn't arrive late. He was just thinking.
Okay,
you know,
fair enough.
Just making a choice. So yeah, this beautiful opening with a beautiful name, I have to say. And how did it go?
So you prefer the London over the Berlin. Here we are.
Although, yeah, here we are. What did he do? Knight c6, knight bd2, and okay, the bishop came out to g4. Also, I just wanted to add that Aryan has actually been Anish Giri's second. So right. It might be in Anish's interest to take the game away from those well-known main lines and instead go into the London where play can be more about themes, and that's it. Draw, agreed. So it was a bit of a lesson, but it was very good for internet chess, I have to say.
Sort of a serious mistake, because after queen b6, queen to b3, pawn to c4, this endgame is already slightly better for black, who has this plan to push the b pawn up the board, and if white goes back here, there's this typical trick, bishop f5, and you can't take. Ooh. Yeah, if you take too early, then the queen can help trapping your queen there. This is dangerous. Yeah. But e6 is an important little trick, forcing the white queen away from the square. And then we can look into it. The line you just mentioned, queen b6, gets very, very sharp. So it's no longer the, I'll make all my moves and then start thinking around move 15. That's the one move. And the other is, it's hard to do if you start with one knight f3, because your knight is already there. But it's actually delaying knight f3 and going for this. Things aren't so great here after queen b3, c4. The key difference is that now bishop f5 no longer works. And
okay, knight d2 on the board, and now the bishop came out to g4.
Yeah, plenty of choices here. e6 is a line, queen b6 is this the sharpest line there is, but you don't want to mess with Anish here without. No. Did this still feature in your London studies, this bishop g4 line?
Yeah, it did feature, and normally we were playing quite aggressively, actually playing the bishop out to b5 at times. But I see that Anish has gone for a different kind of approach, which is basically when the bishop moves, you just capture on c5, which we also discussed.
It looks like Anish is not messing with you, but he listened to your advice.
Oh!
Go for that bishop.
Yeah.
Go g4, knight h4. And yeah, I mentioned I didn't like this move, bishop e7, losing too much time, because now you have to recapture. And the bishop moves twice. This looks like a somewhat dangerous situation for Aryan. Like knight takes g6, g5 is there, then potential c5, e4. You're not sure if you want to castle into this, because then all of a sudden white can also go h4 and switch to attacking here.
And looking at this position, I'm like, oh, look at that knight on h5. It will not thrive.
It's on the rim.
It's on the rim. It's dim. It's on the edge. We'll fall off the hedge. And I once sacrificed the pawn.
Do you memorize these before the show, or it's just a lifetime in chess?
No, this is my cheesy nature coming out. I love this type of stuff.
Refrained from kingside castling, kept the door open to go here. So Anish probably felt it's a priority to start business, maybe in the center. For many, many years, I exclusively played this opening. And no one ever took.
No one took.
No one ever took. I was just sitting there, pawn down, horrible position. I mean, I kept trying every game, but it never happened.
It feels like it's slightly better. He's actually gone for that castle's plan.
But he allowed pawn to b5. I thought after a6,
best move
when
was
b5 was coming,
c4.
It's time to go c4. But he allowed b5, and now there's no more c4, and it's not so easy to implement your rule. Knight offside, on queen side we fight. What's the rule?
And here we go. Action in the center. Look at black's knight on h5, holding the king side together, not doing anything else.
c4 finally happened. How does this work? bc, knight c4, and dc.
The knight on c6 hangs.
This hangs, and now, once again, the golden rule. If your opponent has an offside knight, I don't have a rhyme.
You had it.
Exchange all the other pieces, you might. Because then the knight not joining the action is more pronounced. So this is probably just winning for white. Short castles, he took on d5, e takes d, knight f3. Yeah, still it's sort of a normal position with the IQP, but this knight being weird. Just looks nice for Anish.
It does. Ah.
Rook d8 plate, I guess. Yeah, what else? Rook a8 he went.
It just feels like a student versus teacher scenario. Aryan being the student, of course.
Queen a3, Anish is really
wasn't
pushing that concept of we need to exchange pieces to pronounce the weakness of the knight on h5.
But
This is taking it to extremes.
But I guess he was maybe a little bit afraid of the knight coming to c4.
Okay.
So this is why he played queen a3.
He's accepting his pawn structure
Yeah.
to be a bit crippled here. White should still be better, but I don't know. It's a big concession to make to no longer have a b pawn somewhere. But with these double pawns, it's not like such a situation that he says. But Aryan, he believes Anish that the endgame is bad for him. It goes queen b6. Now you could play b3, at least taking control over this. It's called the c4 square. Here they are. What's the clock situation?
Well, plenty of time for both players. Anish has under 50 minutes, whilst Aryan just over 22 minutes. He actually went on a hike yesterday with his second Alexienko, and they went to Preikestolen, Pulpit's Rock, in 3-hour hike, and they played chess.
Aryan has less time on the clock, less bishops, more knights on the rim. None of these are good things. He's more or less lost. Anish stabilized, and now he will go back to his tactic of exchanging all pieces not called knight h5. This looks really, really bad for Aryan. And okay, we might have gotten rid of the knight, but at what cost?
Yes, that's true. But I can't use the line, my kingdom for a horse. Oh.
Queen d2.
Yeah, this is good.
The rook will come.
The rook is going to come to c1. First of all, he clears away a safe square for the king. Great technique.
He wants this, I don't know.
And
He's
also
probably
queen
worried
a5.
about queen h3. Yeah, he wants the potential Anish Giri victory. What's not to like?
Exactly.
Chess players, what do they know? Do they know things? We'll find out.
Joffrey was quite nasty.
Yeah, at least now Anish is once again out of danger, and Aryan has to be a little careful.
Yep. It's completely
Anish
lost. There's no way to stop the pawn.
winning this on the last meters.
Wow.
After being winning for most of the game, then messing it up, being worse even. That was equal.
Yeah.
And now he win again.
Nope, there's nothing to be done here. Aryan just thinking, and there comes the handshake. He resigns, and Anish takes 3 points